Hi everyone, today I have a tag video for you. My last tag video was in September. It's been such a long time. So I thought I would just bring you one today. I'm doing the book habits tag. I was actually tagged by Anna over at Bookworm1549 and the original tag was created by the Book Chaz. Go and check them both out. I'll leave links to their channels in the description thing below. Question 1 is, do you have a certain place at home for reading? I tend to read before I go to sleep, so I will be in bed. This is where I do most of my reading, but obviously I will sometimes read in the kitchen when I'm waiting for something to cook, or reading in the lounge, or anything like that. I don't really have a certain place I have to go, but because I generally always read before I go to sleep, I will normally be in bed. Question 2. Bookmark or random piece of paper? I used to dog ear the pages and I'm so annoyed I used to do that. I tell myself off now. I don't do it anymore, but I used to. Then I got converted to a random piece of paper because I just didn't have any bookmarks, and now I use bookmarks. I actually have about 1 million of these book depository things, so I tend to use these quite a lot. But I do have other bookmarks. Question 3 is, can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop reading after a chapter or a certain amount of pages? If I can, I try and finish the chapter, although a lot of books do leave cliffhangers at the end of chapters, in which case I just have to keep on reading. I have to at least finish the page. I can't just stop halfway down a page. It drives me insane. And then I lose whereabouts I am on the page and it's a disaster. So I have to at least finish the page. Although if the page finishes halfway through a sentence, I have to finish that sentence, so I go on to the next page. Question 4 is, do you eat or drink while reading? If I've got a really good book that I just can't put down, then I will literally eat breakfast, lunch and dinner while reading. It's quite difficult, but I've done it so often, I think I've kind of got the hang of it now. Sometimes books are just too good to put down. But generally, I might make myself a coffee or a hot chocolate, something like that, to drink while I'm reading because it's nice. But I don't eat because, like I said before, it is quite awkward. Question 5 is multitasking. Do you listen to music or watch TV while reading? No, I don't do that. I just get too distracted. Music and TV are hugely distracting. I want to focus all my attention on the book, so if I've got something else going on in the background, it just takes my attention away and then I forget what just happened. Question 6, one book at a time or several at once? One book at a time, I think. I have tried reading several at once, but then one book gets good, so then the other one always just gets left on the side for a while until I finish the other book, and then once I finish that I go back to that one, but then I've forgotten what has happened and it just gets way too complicated. If I just read one book at a time, I can focus all my attention on that one book and give it all the attention it needs, which doesn't happen if I'm reading several books at once. Question 7, reading at home or everywhere? Everywhere. Literally, I always have a book on me. I have a book in my bag at uni. If I've got an hour break, I take my book out and read. I have got a Kindle. It's right here. But obviously, if I'm reading a physical copy of a book like this, it's not always convenient to carry around. But then I don't want to start a new book because I've already started one of these. So if I can carry it around with me, I will, but if I don't, it's not the end of the world. So I don't just read at home, but home is where I mainly read. Question 8, reading out loud or silently in your head? Reading silently in my head. I think my housemates would get a bit annoyed with me if I started reading out loud, and people would start asking really weird questions if I started reading out loud, like on the bus or on the train. Get some really weird looks. So definitely silently in my head. Question 9, do you read ahead or skip pages? No, don't do that. Please do not do that. I never read ahead, I never skip pages. When I was younger, I used to get tempted and end up reading the last page of the book, but once I did that a few times I realised that's such a bad idea, so I stopped doing it. I cannot read ahead, I cannot skip pages. It ruins the story and I don't understand people who do that. When the last Harry Potter book came out, me and my friend queued up at midnight to go and get it. This was midnight of the release. We were sort of in the middle of the queue, so we saw people going in, getting the book, paying for it and then walking out. So many people went into the shop, bought the book and then read the last page of the book to find out what would happen. I literally stood in the queue like this, because I just did not want any spoilers whatsoever. Luckily I didn't get spoiled, but there is no way that I wanted to know what happened before I'd got to that part. So, long story short, no, I do not skip ahead whatsoever. Question 10. breaking the spine or keeping it new. I'm not that fast really. However, one thing I hate, which I see people do and I want to cry because it's so painful, is when people have a book, I'm using this book as all my examples, and they bend the cover and the book right back, and then they just like keep going and going and going until the book is literally, instead of like this, it's, I'm not even gonna, I can't do it. But then all the pages start falling out, and that happened to my Hunger Games book, and it was so sad. However, if I do read the book and the spine breaks, it doesn't bother me particularly. Question 11. Do you write in your books? I only do this if I'm studying a book for a class, because it's so much easier to just turn the page and then all your notes are there. Otherwise, I don't do it. And question 12, who do you tag? I'm going to leave the people I tag in the description thing below. I haven't quite figured this out yet. I don't know who's done this and who hasn't. So I will let you know if you've been tagged. But obviously, if you want to do this tag, then by all means go ahead and do it. Also, quick question. I have almost filmed 100 videos, which is crazy. So if you have any ideas for a 100th video, then please leave those ideas in the comments below as well. I'd love to hear them. So thank you for watching. I hope you're all well, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!